Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to show to you guys how I achieved this reversible bonnet. It is so easy to achieve. So guys, if you are interested to know how I achieved this beautiful with two satin, red and yellow, let us now go to the working table. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please just subscribe and share. Now guys, we are going to use this material to make the bonnet, the reversible bonnet. So this is the red satin and this is the yellow one, and this is the band that we are going to use for the front. So what are we going to do? I have cut out the measurement. You can cut out any measurement of your choice. The circle that I'm using that I cut out is 10 inches. I hope we all know how to cut it out. Just get your material. You get your material, you fold it first you fold it in this form, and also you fold it again in this form. That is, you are going to have it in 4. So you now measure out the length you want. Mine is 10 inches. I measured out 10 inches and I cut it round, measure it round. So I now cut out the red satin and the yellow satin. So now what we are going to do, because it's a reversible, you can decide to wear the red one or the yellow one. So we are going to place it in this form. We are going to place in this is the right side and this is the right side of the red. So we are going to put it together. Do you see it? So we are going to match it, and when we now match it, we are going to, that is the right side facing each other, because we are going to slit it open about 3 inches. From this side we are going to measure 3 inches. This slitting open is to allow us to tie it at the back. So we are going to measure 3 inches and we're going to cut it open. You see it? So now we have cut it open. I'm going to take it now to the machine to sew it. I'll sew it like this. I'll sew it, then I'll turn it to the right side and I'll show it to you guys. Now guys, I've turned it, so now it is so smooth. Do you see it? So this is the right side of the red and this is the right side of the yellow. So the next thing to do now is to take our head circumference. The head circumference I'm going to use is 22, but because I want to tie it at the back to give the room, I'm going to make it 20. So I'm going to now gather this to have 20 inches. I'll gather it round with my gathering stitch. I'll now gather it to have 20 inches that I'm going to use. After that, I'm going to take my band. Remember, the band is what you want, how long you want it to be. You can make it short or make it long. So mine is about 62 inches long, and I cut it into 2, 31 inches, and I join it together. And the width of it is 3 inches, but I cut out 6 inches because I'm going to fold it with half inch. I want the band to be 2.5 inches, so I cut out 3 inches as the width. So when I take half inch from this side, half inch is 1 inch, and I'll make use of 5 inches. And when I fold the 5 inches, I have my 2.5 inches, which is what I want to use. So now guys, the next thing to do is to now gather it and now bring it to fix it in this. But before then, I have closed it up to get my 2.5 inches. Do you see it? I have closed it up. Just take half inch from this side, half inch from this side, and cover it, and now measure out the 22 inches where you are going to now fix, the material you are using. So now take there that you join the two together to make it a long stripe. Measure out from each side. Here is 10 inches. Do you see it? So I close it and get to 10.5 to get space. Then later I'll close it. So now on this side I have 10.5 inches. On the other side I have 10.5 inches. So I'm going to gather it now to fix it into this opening. But before then, I have closed here. So just close it neatly. Do you see it? And you are good to go. So let's gather the material. So now guys, I've gathered it. It's more faster using thread and needle because it doesn't cut. When you now use the machine, sometimes it cuts when you are pulling it. So to be faster, use your thread and needle and you are good to go. So I have done it now, and this is the yellow side of it and this is the red side of it. Do you see it, guys? So it's looking already as a bonnet. So the next thing to do is to take our band. Now this is the stripe that we are using, guys. Remember, we have measured out our head circumference from the place that we join it together. If your own is in a straight one that you don't have a joining, just fold it together, get your midpoint, and from there measure your head circumference. So now this is the one we joined, and we have measured here 10 inches and on this side 10 inches. Remember, we folded the two sides together. So what we are going to do now, this is the 10 inches. We will now take it in this form where the 10 inches is. Now we get this, that is the bonnet, we place it and we pin it down. Because we already mark it, it's not going to be difficult. We place it. Then we now come to the other side of the stripe. We now measured out our 10 inches. We now take it again and place it on this side. You see it? And we now pin it down. So now this is the head circumference we are working with. So this pleat, we are going to make it to fit in here. We are going to now make sure that it fits in here to get our head circumference. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and top stitch it, and I'll show it to you guys. Now guys, I have fit it in the circumference, the 20 inches circumference that we are using. Do you see it? So now the next thing is just take it to the machine, just sew it and close it up with this, and close it up with this, and come to here and you stop, and the bonnet is ready. I'm going to do that and I'll show you guys the final look. Now guys, that's the end of it. Do you see it? Even the one that we joined, because of we don't want to waste the material, now makes it to give it a different design. Do you see it? So this is the yellow side of it and that's the red side of it. So you can wear any sides of your choice at any given time. So guys, if this tutorial has been helpful to you, don't forget to like, share and follow this channel. And if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll see you in my next video. For now, bye bye.